You've begun to notice it quietly, haven't you? When you stand up from your favorite chair, your legs feel heavier than they used to. Not painful, not injured, just heavy, as though they've been carrying something extra you can't quite see. You pause for a moment before taking that first step. You tell yourself, I'm just getting older, and then you move on with your day. Come sit with me for a few minutes. You see, when your legs feel heavy after 70, it is rarely something dramatic. More often, it is your body speaking in a softer voice. And after caring for women for more than 50 years, I have learned that your body whispers long before it ever shouts. I'm Dr. Margaret Hale. I'm 86 years old now, long retired from my practice in women's health. I've spent decades walking beside women just like you, through motherhood, menopause, widowhood, new beginnings, and the quiet strength of later life. If you choose to stay with me here, perhaps even subscribe, think of it not as joining a channel, but as pulling up a chair at my kitchen table from time to time. We will simply talk things through, gently and honestly. Now, about those heavy legs. After 70, your body changes in ways that are natural, but often misunderstood. One of the biggest changes happens in your muscles. Think of your muscles like the sturdy roots of a garden. When you were younger, those roots were thick and deeply woven into the soil. They held you steady. They pushed you forward without much thought. As the years pass, those roots become a little thinner if they are not regularly tended. This is called muscle loss, and it happens to everyone. You may hear doctors use a term like age-related muscle decline, but all it really means is that your muscles slowly shrink if they are not asked to work. When muscles shrink, they do not pump blood upward from your legs as efficiently. And when blood moves more slowly, your legs can feel heavy, tired, or full. It is not weakness. It is simply circulation moving at a gentler pace. I remember a patient named Eleanor. She was 74 when she first told me, Dr. Hale, my legs feel like they're filled with sand by the afternoon. She was still independent, still sharp as a tack, but she had gradually stopped taking her daily walks after her husband passed. She wasn't depressed exactly, just quieter in her routines. Over time, her muscles weren't being invited to work as often. When she began walking again, just 10 minutes in the morning and 10 in the evening, that sand feeling softened within weeks. Nothing dramatic, just steady tending of the garden. There is also the matter of your bones. After menopause, and especially in your 70s and beyond, bone density slowly decreases. Bones are like the beams of a well-kept home. They may still be strong, but they are lighter than before. When bones thin and muscles thin at the same time, your legs may feel less sturdy under you. Not unstable necessarily, just less powerful. Your body becomes more cautious. You may notice you move more deliberately. That too can feel like heaviness. Circulation plays its role as well. Your heart is still faithful, but blood vessels can stiffen slightly over time. Imagine the garden hose you've used for years. It still works, but it isn't quite as flexible as it once was. When blood vessels lose a bit of elasticity, blood does not spring back upward from the legs as briskly. If you sit for long periods, reading, watching television, visiting with family, fluid can settle in the lower legs. By afternoon, you may feel fullness around your calves or ankles. Your shoes may even feel snug. This is common, and most of the time, it is manageable with simple habits. Your metabolism changes too. The engine that once burned fuel quickly now hums more slowly. If you eat less protein than your body needs, your muscles do not have the building blocks to stay strong. Many women over 70 eat lightly, which is fine, but sometimes they unintentionally eat too little of the foods that maintain muscle, like eggs, yogurt, beans, fish, or lean meats. Without enough nourishment, muscles become like underwatered plants. And then there is your brain, your marvelous command center. With age, the communication between brain and muscle becomes slightly slower. Not faulty, just slower. The signal to lift your leg, to climb a stair, to adjust your balance, travels at a more measured pace. You may not even notice this consciously, but your body feels it. Movements require a touch more effort. That effort can translate into the sensation of heaviness. None of this means something is wrong. It means your body is asking for wiser care. Another woman I cared for, Maria, age 81, told me she felt embarrassed by how often she needed to rest when shopping. I used to fly through the aisles, she said. When we looked at her daily life, we discovered she spent nearly 5 hours a day seated. Crossword puzzles, phone calls, knitting. Beautiful activities, but very still ones. We added simple movement moments. Every hour, she stood up, walked the length of her hallway, rolled her shoulders, lifted her heels 10 times. Within a month, she felt lighter on her feet, not 20 years younger, just more alive in her legs. You see, your legs are faithful servants. They have carried you through decades of living. If they feel heavy now, they are not failing you. They are asking to be nourished, moved, and gently strengthened. Let's keep talking, just the two of us. When your legs feel heavy, your first instinct might be to rest them more. And yes, rest is important. But there is a quiet paradox in aging. Too much stillness can actually deepen that heavy feeling. Your legs were designed to move. Movement is the pump that helps return blood from your feet back up toward your heart. Unlike your arms, your legs must work against gravity all day long. When you walk, your calf muscles gently squeeze the veins inside them. I used to tell my patients, your calves are your second heart. Not literally, of course, but functionally. Every step you take helps lift circulation upward. If you sit for long stretches, that pumping system pauses. Fluid lingers, muscles nap, and heaviness settles in. You don't need long, exhausting workouts. In fact, after 70, your body responds beautifully to small, consistent invitations to move. Begin with this. Every hour that you are awake, stand up at least once. Walk to the window. Walk to the sink. Walk down the hallway and back. Even 1 or 2 minutes matters. Think of it as opening the windows in your home to let fresh air circulate. Then there is gentle strengthening. After 70, muscle does not grow from intensity, it grows from consistency. A simple chair exercise can be transformative. Sit in a sturdy chair. Cross your arms over your chest if you safely can. Slowly stand up. Then slowly sit back down. Do this 5 times. Rest. Repeat once more. At first, that may be enough. This small movement wakes up the large muscles in your thighs and hips, the very muscles that make your legs feel strong rather than heavy. Over weeks, you may build up to 10 repetitions at a time, not in a rush, just steadily. I remember Ruth, age 78, who told me she dreaded stairs because her legs felt thick and slow. We started with nothing more than sit-to-stand exercises and short outdoor walks. 3 months later, she wasn't running marathons, but she climbed her porch steps without gripping the railing so tightly. Her confidence returned before her strength fully did, and that confidence changed the way she moved. Now let's speak about nourishment. You may not feel as hungry as you once did. That is common. But your muscles still need protein to maintain themselves. Think of protein as the repair crew for your garden fence. Without it, small cracks widen. Aim to include a source of protein at each meal. An egg at breakfast, a cup of yogurt, a handful of beans in your soup, a piece of fish or chicken at lunch or dinner. You do not need large portions. You need steady supply. And drink enough water. Dehydration can quietly worsen fatigue and heaviness, especially in warmer weather. Another gentle support is elevating your legs for short periods. If you notice swelling in your ankles by afternoon, lie down and place a pillow under your calves for 15 minutes. This allows gravity to assist circulation. It is not indulgent. It is wise housekeeping. Compression stockings can sometimes help, particularly if swelling is frequent. But that is a conversation to have with your own physician, especially if you have heart or vascular conditions. Always keep your regular medical appointments. Heaviness that is sudden, painful, or accompanied by redness or shortness of breath deserves prompt evaluation. Most heaviness is ordinary, but you must never ignore unusual changes. Balance, too, plays a role in how your legs feel. When balance becomes slightly less steady, your body compensates by tightening muscles subtly throughout the day. That tension can feel like weight. Gentle balance practice, standing near a counter and lifting one foot for a few seconds, then the other, can retrain your nervous system. Keep a hand nearby for safety. There is no prize for wobbling. And please do not underestimate footwear. I have seen countless women wearing beautifully loyal but poorly supportive shoes, thin soles, worn-out cushioning, slippery bottoms. After 70, supportive, well-fitted shoes are not vanity. They are foundation. Like strong beams under a house. There is also the emotional side of heaviness. Sometimes your legs feel heavy because your heart has carried something heavy. Grief, loneliness, worry. When you feel low in spirit, your body moves more slowly. Your posture rounds. Your stride shortens. Energy dips. This is not weakness of character. It is the intimate connection between mind and muscle. Stay socially connected. A weekly phone call, a short visit, even sitting in the sunlight where neighbors pass by. Your nervous system thrives on gentle human contact. I want you to understand something very important. Heaviness is not a sign that your independence is ending. It is often a sign that your body wants partnership. You and your body are on the same side. Now let me leave you with something steady and reassuring. When your legs feel heavy after 70, your first thought may be, is this the beginning of decline? I want you to soften that thought. Aging is not a cliff you fall from. It is more like a long garden path. Some days feel smooth and light. Other days feel slower, more deliberate. But slower does not mean weaker. It means you are moving with awareness. So how do you listen wisely to your legs? First, notice patterns. Do they feel heavier in the late afternoon, after sitting, after poor sleep, when you have not eaten well? Your body leaves clues. Keep a small notebook if you like. You are not tracking problems. You are observing rhythms. If heaviness improves with movement, elevation, hydration, and nourishment, that is usually a sign of ordinary age-related change. If it worsens steadily, becomes painful, is only in one leg with swelling or redness, or comes with breathlessness or chest discomfort, that deserves medical attention. Not because you should worry, but because wise women investigate rather than ignore. I once cared for a woman named Helen, 83 years old, who told me quietly, "I don't mind the heaviness, doctor. I mind feeling like my body isn't mine anymore." That sentence stayed with me. Your body is still yours. It may require new kinds of tending, but it is still loyal. Think of a well-loved home that has stood for decades. The beams may need reinforcement. The garden may need pruning. The floors may creak a little. But the structure holds history, warmth, and resilience. The same is true for you. Your muscles may be smaller than they once were, but they are responsive. Your bones may be lighter, but they can still be supported by strength and balance. Your circulation may be slower, but it improves with gentle movement. Your metabolism may be quieter, but it thrives on steady nourishment. Even your brain, though it processes more deliberately, still learns and adapts beautifully when you challenge it kindly. You do not need heroic effort. you need consistency. A short walk most days. Simple strengthening with a chair or light hand weights if your doctor approves. Protein at each meal. Adequate water. Legs elevated when swollen. Supportive shoes. Balance practice near a countertop. Time outdoors. Conversation with someone who knows your name. These are not dramatic prescriptions. They are daily courtesies you offer your future self. And let me say this very clearly. You are not meant to compare your 75 or 85-year-old legs to your 45-year-old legs. That comparison steals gratitude. Instead, compare your legs to what they were 6 months ago. Have you maintained, improved slightly, prevented further loss? That is success in this chapter. Independence after 70 is built in inches, not miles. There will be days when your legs feel surprisingly light. There will be days when they feel like they are wrapped in soft weights. Neither day defines you. What defines you is the quiet decision to keep tending your garden. I am 86 now. I too move more deliberately. I pause before standing. I stretch before walking. I choose shoes for support rather than style. And I do not apologize for that. I am not weaker. I am wiser in how I care for the body that has carried me through a long, meaningful life. You are not fragile. You are seasoned. If your legs feel heavy, let that be a gentle reminder, not of decline, but of partnership. Move them, nourish them, rest them, thank them. And if sitting here with me has brought you even a small sense of calm or clarity, you are welcome to join me again. There are many small changes in later life that deserve thoughtful understanding. Next time, we might talk about why your balance feels slightly different than it once did, and what you can do very gently to steady it. Until then, be patient with your body. It has carried you faithfully for more than 7 decades. Treat it now with the wisdom those decades have given you.